Today, we are living in an extreme self-development age. And the first thing most people focus on is developing great routines. But can routines actually make us weaker? I mean, there are routines for everything. Bedtime routines, morning routines, supplement routines, warm-up routines, even routines while going to the restroom. You can't be number one without taking care of your number two. People are trying to create the perfect routine, and I'm one of them. I've made multiple videos and have talked extensively about the importance of having a routine and how it makes my day better. But now my perspective has shifted. Routines in themselves have been around for ages, probably because they greatly benefit our lives. It's a great way to center ourselves, feel healthier, and optimize our life. When our routines are going as planned, we are flowing. Or so we think. The problem is, routines can become a crutch. We become so dependent on when we must go to bed every single night, what we must do first thing in the morning, and how we balance our workday. And when things fall off of schedule, we become frustrated, anxious, and angry. And when our routines are so rigid, we don't know how to control variables as they change. But what shifted my perspective on having these very strict and rigid routines was when my daughter was born. Charlie Grace was born 10 months ago, and what I realized is that in my life, I got really efficient operating at Redline. Tonight I'm going a little bit longer than 20 minutes. I'll probably go 25 minutes. And I implemented a lot of routines into my life to be able to operate at Redline very efficiently. But when my daughter was born, that pushed me over Redline, and I felt that immediately. So I had to change a lot of my routines based off of when Charlie wakes up and needs a bottle and needs changed, has implemented more flexibility in making me become more adaptable throughout my day rather than just accomplish my routines. Having Charlie was the best thing that's ever happened in my life.
Yeah. How was your day? How was your day?
So here are three things that I like to keep in mind. And the first is responsibilities versus routines. So there are things that I need to get done that are priorities and my responsibilities on a daily basis. That is showing up for my job as an entrepreneur, that is showing up for my team, for my family. There are things that I have to do that affect other people in my life. And then there are my routines that help me become more efficient with my time, and a lot of those are personal. So one of the best things that I have done and that you can do as well is take your calendar and look at where you are spending your time every single day. And then take your responsibilities and make a list. What are your priorities? What are your responsibilities? Does your calendar reflect what you say your priorities and responsibilities are? If you say one of your responsibilities is your family, does your calendar reflect that? Do you have time on your calendar for your family? So instead of just looking at your life in terms of becoming more efficient with your time, prioritize responsibilities and then build routines to reflect. My second piece of advice, adaptability is a muscle. And when there's no stimulus to adaptability, that muscle atrophies and becomes weaker. So having routines, yes, is extremely important, but being able to break those routines and be flexible with those routines is even more important, because I've been there. Trust me, there have been times when there has been pure chaos and destruction in my life, and I have chose not to break my routine because I was so married to it. I was so just attached to that routine that I wasn't willing or able to break it for anyone or anything. And that's not a good place to be. So one, have the open mind to be adaptable and flexible with your routines, but also sometimes you just have to intentionally break your routines yourself. I know it sounds crazy, but if you do something every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., well, it's great and important once in a while, intentionally break it.
Have you shot before?
Never.
Never. And see, this hand still isn't touching.
Yep.
So it's
it stays there.
It's an anchor. So when it draws back, it comes in, fingers on the triggers.
Let's see what we're looking at. We're gonna ignore that first one, cut and post. Hey, we're looking for this first.
Yeah.
Amazing experience. Great mentors, great coach. Exactly what I hoped it would be. Do something different. Be spontaneous and try something new because it trains that muscle of adaptability.
And here's the bow that you shot like a pro today.
Beautiful.
I can't wait for you to get home and practice with that.
I'm excited because you know what the thing is? A few months ago, I went to buy a bow.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a Hoyt of where I went, and I knew that's what you shoot, so I didn't want to get anything else. So I got the Target. So I've had a Target sit in my garage
Nice.
for months now, but now I'm gonna go crush some targets with the new bow. So I appreciate you.
Hoyt, did you hear that? He didn't want to buy another bow because of me.
That's the honest truth. And my third and final piece of advice is efficiency versus effectiveness. Now, effectiveness or being effective is doing something better. Being efficient is maximizing the time in which you are doing something. I like to focus on being more efficient than effective. And what is effectiveness and what are routines? It can be autopilot. You know, if you're just going through your day and you're check the block off routine 1, check the block off routine 2, check the block off routine 3, you're on autopilot. And what autopilot can do to a person is reduce creativity, innovation, new thoughts and ideas, the ability to go into some sort of deep work. And if we're just going through autopilot on a daily basis, yes, we are getting things done. Yes, we are doing things better than we would have without that routine, but is it the best we can do with the time we are spending? And that's why I like to break routines every once in a while, because when I break my routines, I often find that I turn off autopilot and I'm more creative, I'm more innovative, and I think of ideas that I wouldn't have thought of if I was just checking the block. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments below, have routines helped you in your life, or have you seen them become a crutch in certain situations? We'll see you next time. Go on more.